YouTube, it's your girl Honey, and I'm back today with another video for you. And today's video is going to be basically about Neptune conjunct my Venus being in the 11th house, how this energy has basically affected me. It's been around my Venus or in that house for me for a couple years now, and how I'm dealing with it. And it was crazy because it was just last night I was doing some 12th house thinking because my Mercury is in the 12th. And I decided, let me just do a video talking a bit more about this, more in depth, because I feel like it's important that I share my experiences with you, but also, like, I love hearing your stories as well. Like, I know there's a few of you that do have your Venus in Pisces right now, and Neptune's bang on Pisces, okay? Or it's Neptune is in Pisces right now, okay? So Venus in Pisces, it's bang on conjunct degree on my Venus right now, and it's ridiculously affecting me. I didn't realize how bad it actually was. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how that's affecting me, how it contributes to it also being in my 11th house, and also what kind of transits I've been dealing with that have contributed to this placement around my chart, and what's happened in the past couple years up until now, and where I plan to go from here. So this is going to be quite an interesting video. I hope you guys kind of get my gist. So anyway, Neptune is in Pisces. It went into Pisces in February, I think the 3rd or the 4th, maybe the 2nd, in 2012, alright? And the whole purpose of that transit, especially if it's on your fucking Venus, this time is going to be a challenging time financially, okay, for you guys, for me as well, financially. Bearing in mind that other aspects that you have on your chart may differ, okay, your experience may differ. But anyway, you will have challenging times financially. Your relationships are going to be ridiculously challenged. So you need to really bear in mind that now is not the best time to be in a relationship, and you should probably be more in a relationship with yourself. Be more spiritually aware of your surroundings. Take up like something to do with, like, you're going to take up something to do with like art or 12th housey, you know, kind of thing. Like, it's crazy because I'm doing a 12th house thing right now. My Mercury's in the 12th house. I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. This is pretty much 12th house, you know. But during this transit, it will definitely make you pick up more 12th house activities. It's crazy because with Neptune on your Venus, it just makes you, your emotions are more heightened. So you're going to feel more sensitive, and you're going to want a relationship now more than you ever wanted before, because your emotions are more heightened. But the thing is, it's on your Venus, or it's near your Venus, or in the house or where your Venus is, whatever. It's there, alright? And it's going to just make you feel just more like, I want to be with someone. And the people that you attract, are going to be deceitful, they're going to be liars, they're going to be time wasters, people who don't know what they want. And there's fucking fly. Every time I'm recording, there's a fucking fly. Hold on. Sorry. I just had to muller that fly. So anyway, right? People have to realize that you're going to meet more people in this time that are going to lie to you about stupid things, and you're not going to have a tolerance for it, you know. And you're going to wonder, why do I keep attracting people that are just not for me? Like, it's not for me, you know. And it's going to make making new relationships with people more difficult than it ever was for you before. So we've got to bear that in mind. Like, it's crazy because I was doing so much thinking yesterday, realizing, wow, like, what have I been doing all this time? So remember I said that Neptune went into Pisces early February, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever. And it was weird because I broke up with my partner January 31st, 2012, just a few days before. And when I look back on the transits and what was going on around that time, Neptune had a massive influence on what was going on. Because when I met my partner as Jupiter was conjunct my Venus. So it was the perfect time for me to fall in love. But the problem with that was my 6th house had a lot to do with how I met my partner, because my 6th house, house of affairs I think it is, and work, day-to-day activities, duties, employment, whatever. I've got Lilith in there, I've got Scorpio, Pluto, and I tend to have, when I was younger, I tended to have affairs at work. Yes. And when I met my ex, I met him at work, and we worked at 2 different jobs together, and you know, that's how it started. But how it ended, I'm looking back now, and I remember feeling a shift, because I find that I feel a shift just before the transit, so like a month or 2 before the transits officially go direct into that particular house or sun or whatever, right? And I realized that if I broke up with him the 31st of January, I believe that Neptune had a contribution to that relationship completely breaking down. And this is so embarrassing, yeah, but I have been single since then, okay? I have had relationships between then and now, but I've had a lot of lies, a lot of deceit, a lot of time wasters come in, and I can't seem to hold relationships properly or in a way that I want to, because now I'm starting to believe it is my Neptune conjunct my Venus. Anyway, it's dark over here, I'm sorry, alright? But anyway, Neptune, how this has affected me is it's very hard for me to form meaningful, long-lasting relationships. And how I'm having to deal with this is, it's really hurtful, because, you know, you go through, having my Venus is in my 11th house as well. It's so easy to meet people who have Venus in their 7th house, in their 1st house. You know, it's easy to meet people because, you know, you have house of networking, the 11th house, house of others, the 7th house, house of self, everyone comes to you. You know, it all depends. Like, it's crazy easy to meet people, but it's keeping these relationships going and them being meaningful and actually going into something really serious. So when I was saying to you before, I've been single for a very, very long time, and I don't feel like I'm an unattractive person. I'm very confident, I'm very attractive, I feel, anyway, but we're all ugly to somebody, I get it, okay? Anyway, but you know, being Venus and Pisces, we are the ideal lovers. You know, we love very, very hard, and we're very selfless in our relationship. So I've always wondered, since I've been single, because before this whole Neptune and Pisces transit, I've never had this issue. I've never had this issue before. So how things were before, and bear in mind my Venus is actually in the 11th house, so that would make me maybe someone who might not be as faithful as others. But having my Venus in the 11th house, before this transit came into my Pisces house, my 11th house, whatever you want to call it, I had 2 phones. You know, there's a point where I had 3 phones just for status. I was a little, you know, full, right? I could scroll down my phone, you know, back then it was the button on the phone, scroll down, and I had numbers and numbers and different contacts, and they were all guys, every single one of them. And no, I was not fucking all of them, no I was not. But the thing is, with my Venus in my 11th house, I had contacts, and a lot of people, a lot of these men would always help me. It was like I would literally be able to ask a guy, oh, can you, and before I even finish, she's like, yeah, of course I'll do it. These guys would help me to do absolutely anything and everything. Whereas how things are now, I can't get that help. How things are now, my contact list is dry because I need more substance now, and I'm not able to get what I was getting before, right? And everybody wanted to be around me, but that's because I have Venus in my 11th house. That's what it does. It's not hard for me to meet people now. It really isn't. It's just picking and choosing who I want to keep around, because this person's gonna bring me this or that, and it's crazy. It's mad. So anyway, what's happened during this transit and how has it affected me? Now, I've actually had I had my Neptune, I had Saturn in my 7th house, which was squaring my natal Jupiter. It just wasn't great for me, okay? And Saturn going in my 7th, listen, it brought isolation, and it was isolation by choice. And when your Saturn's going through your 7th house, you start to drop people. Like, you start to, it's like you want something meaningful and friendships that represent something, not just, you know, socialite kind of friends or superficial. You want the deepness. So imagine I've got issues with friends, but not issues with my networks as well. Like, I'm not really able to, I was isolated for a long time. Now, Saturn comes out of my 7th house officially in December, but I feel like it's on its way out. It's pretty much gone to me. I feel the shift already. It's going into my 8th house, which I just can't. Like, I need a break. It's mad. My Saturn return is in my 8th house as well. It's mad, but it's in Sagittarius, my Capricorn, my Saturn. So it's gonna be a rough couple years. I don't think I get a break until I'm 31, and obviously Neptune stays in each sign for, what is it, 14, 15 years or something, for a very, very long time. So anyway, with this going on, how am I going to work around it, or how am I gonna beat it? Regardless of this situation, I don't let it get me down. I remain as positive as possible. I'm still meeting people. I still try to form relationships. I still try. But I'm coming to the realization that this is going to be ongoing for a very long time. So what do I do in the process, you know? And I'm going to want to find intimacy and depth with Saturn going through my 8th house. So it's going to get a little bit worse because I'm going to need that depth, that deepness. And I have a heavy ass 8th house. I've got so much shit going on in that house. So I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do? So anyway, like I said to you guys before, I've got Lilith, Pluto in Scorpio in my 6th house. I'm probably going to, and also I've got Jupiter in there at the moment. So I'm going to utilise that house a little bit more than I have done over the past several years. And I know this is so bad, but this is me keeping it real with you guys. I want to just make sure I'm keeping it all the way, right? I'm probably going to use that house for exactly what it is. My Lilith is in there, I've got it in Scorpio, and I'm probably going to, I don't even want to say it, I just don't want to say it to you lot, it's so bad. But I don't think I'm going to try and form the most meaningful relationships, or I'm not gonna cut people off like I was doing before. But when I'm meeting a lot of guys now, it's more gonna be, what can this man bring to my life financially? Okay? And I'm not promoting anybody to go out there and have sex for anything, because I'm not doing that, right? However, I am gonna be looking about, just like how I met my ex. I met my ex at work. You know, we were having an affair as well, which was really bad. But this was, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm starting to come to the realization that, okay, I'm not going to really get what I want maybe until I'm 40. So what can I do in the process? I'm going to benefit from the universe. Is going to give me. So with Jupiter in my 6th house, I'm gonna have to reap the benefits from that. And the thing is, I'm looking away, but I'm thinking more than what I'm saying. So I can't. I'm a Mercury Taurus. It will come out really bad. I cannot word it in a nice way or a manipulative kind of way. I can't. So I'm going to leave it as that there. Anyway, this is my Astro Diaries. I really like this. I'm definitely going to call it Astro Diaries. But that is my video on Venus in my 11th house. Venus, Neptune conjunct my Venus, my natal Venus. And also the surrounding planets, and how I'm going to try and utilize this energy. But I'm doing exactly what Neptune conjunct my Venus is supposed to do, which is dabble into creativity a whole lot more. Hence why I've now got YouTube. But I'm going to utilize my 6th house more now. With my Jupiter in there, I'm going to get what I want, because that is what it's about now, getting what I want. I've got a few ideas in mind. But anyway, Astro Diaries, there will be more of these videos, so I will keep on telling you what's going on and how I utilize the energy.